Good morning, everybody.
Sorry.
Thank you, Kristen Simpson.
Sorry.
Woo, man, oh man, she got an itchy trigger finger this morning, my friends. Glad to have you guys here.
You gave me the power this morning to start the meeting, and
You are like, you have no issue with taking control, Kristen. There's no doubt about that. It's a good thing. Very, very good thing.
Yeah, not a lot of timid going on over here.
No, like, Kristen, you're like, things got to get done. Let's go, chop. Come on. You know what? It's a good thing. It really, really is. Somebody's got to be the adult here. Yeah. Someone's got to be the adult.
Somebody's got to start Monday morning. Come on.
When we were at the event, you know how we have those little stickers that you can put on your name tag? Well, Diane had one created that said GSD.
Okay.
GSD, right? But the big question was, like, there were people going, well, what does that stand for? And I'm like, well, I'm from Philly. I think I know what it stands for, but I don't want to like assume that is actually
I'd be scared to try and say what it is. It something you can say or no?
I mean, get done.
Oh.
But that's what it stands for where I live. But I was like, man, there might be like a business term for this and I'm just not aware of it. I don't know.
Huh. Interesting. Hey, we got a lot to talk about today, and a lot of announcements. We usually like to let people roll on in, but let's go ahead and get the book link out there. Chris Johnstone's with us. He's in the airport. He's jumping on a plane, apparently going to visit with the president and talk about the situation in the Middle East. But before we did that, before he gets out of the way, we want to get his link to the book into the chat. The book is officially out. You can get it on Amazon right now. So Justine, if you could copy and paste that. There it is. It's quite an easy speakable link. It's just got to remember www.amazon.com/ai-101-ultimate-mortgage-professional/dp/
Okay. That's the direct Amazon.
Of course. I know. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's the Amazon link. Go straight to Amazon, guys. Get the book right now. Any thoughts on it, Chris, man? I mean, you did it. It's done. It's there. How you feeling?
I just want to say thank you to everybody who's already ordered the book. So our first email actually launching it to anybody that can buy it hasn't even gone out yet. So it goes out later this afternoon. Okay. And look at this. Angelo's already got his copy. We've got Chad's already got his. I got some beautiful emails over the weekend from people here in the community. And it's just like super overwhelming. Kristen, thank you. I really hope there's as much value in it as I hoped to get into it. And the last chapter is a page where we're putting up all of the newest and latest information about AI. So I'm looking forward to having everybody there. And I think we're already over 250 books sold, and we haven't even sent the link out yet. So
wonderful.
Thank you, everybody.
Congratulations, man. Great stuff, brother. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Where are you headed, if you don't mind sharing, or if it's not top secret?
Not top secret. I'm going to Austin, Texas. And so going to Austin, Texas to talk to some people about AI in the mortgage industry. And I might actually sneak out and drive by the Tesla factory to see what that looks like. And so see where they're planning on making all those new AI chips and stuff like that. So a little AI trip.
Wow. It's huge. It's that the factory's right near the airport. It's about 2 miles from the airport. It's real close.
Kevin lives in Austin too, so you gotta meet up with Kevin at the Tesla factory.
Yeah. I did not know that.
Yes, yeah. I'll text you. I'll see if we can connect.
That would be amazing.
You know, another interesting Austin factoid is that I'm a big motorcycle race fan, MotoGP, which is the world-class racing. Yeah. They go all around the world racing. They were just in Austin over the weekend. Yes. This is their American. It was part of their American tour. And so with me, MotoGP weekend, if it's at a reasonable time, which obviously Austin was for me, but I'll put it up on. They have a live stream. You go through the whole day, And so I had it up on the screen and just going through the whole day. And they had this special. This is so hilarious. They had this special segment where it was the baseball roundup or something, right? And so what they did is they had a Texas Ranger MLB pitcher come out there, and they had the motorcycle race. A handful of racers came out there, and he was teaching them how to pitch a baseball, and they were measuring the speed with a gun, right? But what was hilarious was that, most of these racers, they're European, so like baseball isn't really that big of a deal like it is out here. So like out here, pretty much any, kid growing up, boy or girl in America is going to figure out how to throw a baseball pretty quick. You know what I mean? Like how to do a decent kind of throw of the baseball. Well, these highly skilled, incredible athletes, right, were trying to throw a baseball, okay, to a catcher, and it was the most hysterical thing I've ever seen in my life. Like these guys were throwing it, like they had no clue how to throw a baseball. It was just absolutely hysterical, man. It was great. But one of them threw it 55 miles an hour, so that wasn't too bad for a novice. But anyways, well, good luck on your trip, Chris. Have a good time, man. And
thank
good
you.
To go. Hey,
gonna go throw a baseball with my left hand.
There you go. That's what it looked like. They looked like people like the ball was foreign. Like, what is this? Like, how do you do that? It was hilarious. Anyways, let's move on to Kevin Gillespie, the Builder Investor Bundle class coming up. Want to get that on into the chat as well. That's starting this week, correct? Still time to get in.
Yeah, this Thursday. And so if you want to add quickly 20, 30 units a year to your production, or more importantly, grow up and be like Jimmy Reed. Man, this is a class. We it's unbelievable. I sit here and list 16 strategies on how to break into the builder business, about the same on investors. It's about 30% of the market. We usually sell them each for $9.97 each class. You get them both for $9.97, and there's a discount for members. And you take the whole class, it's 100% guaranteed. If you aren't happy, we'll give you your money back, no questions asked. Keep the info at the end of the class. So yeah, it's if you want to break into builders or investors, Jimmy, what do you think about getting into the builder business?
I did builder business my entire career. It's if you want to do 250 units a year, like rain or shine, you have three pillars, and one of them I think has to be a builder for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Good stuff. All right. So that link is in the chat, builderinvestorbundle.com. There's still time to get in. Starts on Tuesday. It's once a week for 5 to 6 weeks.
Thursday.
Thursday. I'm sorry. Thursday. Yeah.
Thursday, 1 Eastern, noon Central, 11 Mountain, 10 Pacific.
Okay.
Just a few quick hits on that, because I've had a lot of questions. Kevin, every week, if somebody can't make one of the 5 or 6 weeks, is it recorded and they'll get the recording?
Oh, yeah, 100% recorded, and the materials, the PowerPoints, and everything we share. Sure.
Okay. So
calculators, we got all sorts of stuff we put in there. Yep.
Perfect.
All right. Good stuff. And then finally, before we get to Mr. Jimmy Reed, who's going to go deep on getting deeper. That's exactly what we're going to talk about. But we got the Blitz tomorrow, right? Is that tomorrow? Justine, is that what we got going on?
Yeah, the Blitz tomorrow on the title company Refi Magnet, full day of calling. I'll just put the link in.
Okay, excellent. So, are we doing the special, Kristen, for the Blitz? Can they get the Blitz for $99 or $97 or whatever?
If you are a member, you don't need to use this link. It's just the normal Call Stars link. We're going to do it on the East Coast link all day long. So don't pay for this in addition. But if you're not a member and you've been chewing on it, thinking about it, it's ruminating in there, and you've always kind of heard us talk about Call Stars and want to check it out, this would be a great time to do it. You get that one full day of calling with Call Stars. I know Carl's going to be on there a lot talking about different things. Ed, with this one, you actually get the title company Refi Toolkit. So if you weren't a member and weren't able to grab that, you can grab, Carl gives you all the information in this, so that's what you can do on that day of calling. So
you get that in addition to doing the Call Stars.
Yeah. So it's not like, oh, hey, we're just going to let you on Call Stars. We're going to give you all the information you need to make a full day of calls. If you want to use the title company Refi Toolkit, that's going to be included in here. Or you could do the DSP.
Wonderful. Okay. Good stuff.
I have an idea. So
Uh-oh.
like, there was a when I was, it was just reminding me of this thing that happened to me in my business. So let's see, I'm getting older. So it was like 25 years ago, and I was trying to like leap forward in my units, and I was being coached, and my coach uh, challenged me to call 100 realtors in one day, which is really what Call Stars is, right? It's
Mhm.
like call
Oh
it.
yeah.
Like if you guys are thinking about joining that, do the refi thing, or if you don't want to, you could try that. Calling 100 realtors in one day. It will change your whole mentality around picking up the phone. It really will.
If you're getting value from this already, go ahead and tap that like button. It helps more loan officers find content that actually makes a difference. And hey, if staying ahead of the market and learning what's really working in our industry matters to you, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss another episode. We read every comment, so drop your thoughts down below. We'd love to hear from you and know what's working or what you'd like us to cover next. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you here next time. It is interesting how if you're gonna go on like Call Stars Blitz, and there might be a little apprehension, when you kind of get started,
Right?
the dialing's a little slower. But
Yeah.
as soon as you have a few conversations, all of a sudden it's just like, who cares? It's like
Who
no big
cares?
deal.
Totally.
And then even if you get hung up on or up ears or whatever,
Laugh.
it's like, oh well, you just move on. It's no big deal. And but I tell you what, guys, the reason that you're going to want to do this, and I'm in, is that you're not just calling to say hi. I mean, you're going to have very, very good direction on
Yes.
how to conduct that brief phone conversation to get the desired result. And so that's what you want, because a lot of people don't understand, when making the call, that you're after, something specific, and you're going to literally ask for what you want.
Mhm.
Right. So you're not going to get what you want if you don't ask for what you want in this business. And that's just the way it is.
That's the
Okay.
way it is. And if you
So,
do it on Call Stars, you got a bunch of people with you. I did it all by myself
right.
with a
Yeah.
rotary phone,
Right.
dude. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. All right. So good stuff. Well, let's go ahead and start talking about what you wanted to chat about today, Jimmy. Like, last week, we basically, last week, we were talking about that initial real estate agent,
Yeah.
meeting is what it was, right? And you had some really interesting stuff, because you were saying, like, you were making your notes and you're asking particular questions so that you could go back to the office and make a proposal, basically,
Yep.
back. And then it just seemed like at that time, because that was right at the end. I remember it was at the top of the hour too, and everybody's kind of in the chat like, "Wait, what is this now? How do we do?" So I was thinking, we got plenty of time here now. Can you go a little deeper on that for us? Just this notion of making this proposal, and how we present that proposal once it's made, or
Yeah.
whatever. But we were just a little
Definitely.
rushed last time, so I was hoping we could slow it down a bit today for everybody, if that's cool.
How is it cool if I like pick up from if I talk about the second meeting?
Yeah,
How to
that would be
present the written
great.
proposal? Okay.
Yeah, that'd be
Um,
perfect.
so the whole idea is you know, if you don't leave a realtor meeting with a written plan, like you gotta have something in writing, right? That's the notes, and that's the written plan. That's the first meeting. I gave you all those questions in that process, but the whole purpose is to get a page full of notes, so that you really, really do active listening and have like a ton of notes and ideas for when you do the written proposal. So without that page full of notes, it's going to be really difficult to do the second idea. Um, and I have like a variation for you, so it's going to be like two options on this second meeting. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right. So if you guys, I know a lot of people are driving and all that, but if you have a blank piece of paper in front of you, it's I really just take a piece of paper and divide it into three equal paragraphs or sizes. What do I want to say? I want the whole page to be full on my written proposal, and I even say written proposal for Frank Gray at the top as the title. Like, I'm not very fancy. It is a written proposal, so I just call it that. And then the first section again is key ideas. Super important section of this. And we have a template for the members that you can kind of fill in the blanks. But um, the key ideas are three things, only three things that were super important to them. So some examples of what you write down during that is you definitely write down closing on time if they really harped on that, because they will in the beginning say stuff like that, but it's not really what they're getting at. But it's okay to say one of those. But during that meeting, if you really dug in deep with the whys and really dug in, you'll find out what's really important to them. Like having 2 separate college savings plans was really important to them. Not like, oh, do more business. You know what I mean? So the key ideas really have to bring you back to the meeting. They have to bring them back to the meeting. So you do this meeting with someone and you dig in deep and you get them emotional, and now you're going to go meet them a second time. You really got to start by getting the feeling of the first meeting. You got to bring it back. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So like the key ideas are for me to tell them, here's the key ideas I heard during our meeting. And the real purpose of that is to bring them back mentally to that first meeting you had. Because if they set a second meeting with you and they showed up, you're probably going to get them, right? Because that's not easy to do. And I bring them back to that feeling of connection that we had during the first meeting, which is why you even have the second meeting. But if I can like emphasize one thing that I'm trying to like share with you guys is that this key ideas part is so important. Without it, I don't know that you're going to be successful with getting their business after that. I got to get them back to that to remind them how much I was listening and how much they shared with me that they didn't even know they were going to share. Right? So key ideas is big. So that's the first section. And it's only 3 bullet points. You just talk about them again for a while. Like, what would like Kristen or somebody, Carl, whoever, what would some examples of things that would be super important to a realtor partner that you might elicit from a meeting? I know what I can give you guys, but Nick, come on, Nick, give me something. What's something that's super important to a realtor? Like key ideas for a meeting. Okay, I'm going to give them.
Communicating.
I'm going to give them to you. Like they're going to say things like more business and better updates, but those aren't the key ideas. They might say they want to figure out a way to really take 1 full day off a week. Like not like for real 1 full day where they don't have to babysit their phone. That's a key idea, right? Another idea might be they really want to find a way that's comfortable for them to connect with their database more often. So that's not the same thing because they're just uncomfortable mailing or emailing or calling without value. Those 3 things have to be really super related to the times that they got emotional during your meeting. Because those are the things that were important to them, not because it's a scam kind of technique. It's because that's what's important. So the second section is maximum of 3 things also, and it's I write on my proposal things I will do, like things I will do, and there's 3 things I'm going to do for them that I think solve some of their problems. So one of the things I do a lot with a realtor after a meeting is, and I picked this up from a big builder that I worked with, Kevin. The thing about builder business is it will make you a better loan officer because you will either get better or they will fire you. Frankly, you got to be on top of your game. So one of the things I learned from one of my builders is on Fridays, I send this simple builder report that I made up. And it's the current leads we're working on is the first like page of the Excel spreadsheet or whatever. The second one is the current escrows. The third one is the closed deals we've done together. And the fourth one is the dead leads, like leads that we got that we worked and we're not actively calling. So I usually drop that on them in this section because one of the toughest things about being self-employed and being your own boss is staying super organized, like for most of us, right? And so if they said something like that, this Friday report helps them stay super organized, right? All their leads, all their closings, all their dead leads, all their past clients are all on one sheet for them. If they give me all their business, all of it's on one sheet every week for them. So things like that. So 3 things I'll do for them is number 1, pick up the phone every time they call or call back within 5 minutes, even if I'm in a meeting. Maybe that was important to them, right? They kept harping on that. Maybe this report that I talked about. Maybe they like one of them is a track coach in our area, that a realtor I met with, and what's important to him is kids. So maybe there's something I will do in there for them. Like, I don't know if it's donate, I don't know if it's sponsor their next fundraiser for the track team, but things you're going to do for sure is the middle 3 section. I like that. One of the best things on there is to go to their office, and I put this on there. Go to their office once a month and call their past clients with them. So imagine you go to a real estate office and you're a member of their team calling their past clients and show them how to do the stuff that we all know how to do because we follow Carl. Show them how I'm doing annual review calls for their past clients as a member of their team right next to them for an hour once a month. I'm going to get them listing appointments. It's so much easier for me to sell them than it is for them to sell themselves. Right? So all these, I'm just giving you, like, I'm not telling you that these are the 3 things you should do every time.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's got to be things that someone else won't normally do for them. And it has to be things that you get to see them. Right? I want to do things that, if I want to go deep with someone, I got to have repetitive meetings. Like, I got to be around them. Like, my sons and I, during football season, every Monday night, we go watch Monday Night Football, just the boys, and eat sushi. And that's how I have dinner with Dad, is Monday night sushi during football season. Well, that's because I want to stay close to them and I want to know what's going on with them, and they're getting older, blah, blah, all that stuff. It's the same thing with a real estate agent. I got to see them all the time. So in my thing, I want to find a way to be with them on a regular basis. That's how you go deep. Transactional would be, hey, send me your database, and once a month I'll help pay to mail it to your database. I'm not going to interact with them. So I really, 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 really need to think about that during the 3 things that I'm willing to do for them that impact them. And then the last part is the where I write on my piece of paper is proposal for a win-win. I literally say win-win, right? Because that's me asking for stuff instead of just giving. And my number 1 thing is always the same thing. You want to know what it is?
What's that?
I want to be their primary lender. I put it right on the piece of paper. If I do all these things, I want to be your primary lender. And then maybe 2 other things. I want to meet with you every Friday to go over our new leads report. And I want to do 2 client events a year together. Because if I did those things, I'd get all their business. If I just by seeing them a lot. So that's the structure. And now here's kind of the curveball. You ready? So the trick to this game is, or this tactic is, you have to, on the spot, be able to determine whether you should do the second meeting during the first meeting or not. And it's not that, like, you can't get lazy. And here's what I mean. Like, it's, if you, for me, when I started adopting this last part, I started to get lazy, and I had a tendency to just always do it in one meeting. Right. And because sometimes they don't show up for the second meeting, but I learned something that's super valuable in my life. If they didn't show up for the meeting, I just saved a lot of time. So I stopped getting hung up about that. Like, good, they didn't show up. Good. Next, there's, I think, something like 1,000 realtors per what, Carl? I know
per million. 1,000 realtors per million.
In your area, there's 1,000 realtors, and with the advent with COVID happening to us, Zoom meetings have become more impactful and more normal. I can go as wide as I want, and I can go to any market I want, really, if I really want to. So there's plenty of realtors to meet with. So if they don't show up to the second meeting, good. But before that, I got lazy and I started doing this during the first meeting every time. And so here's how I decide. But here's how I decide, okay, I'm going to do it during the first meeting, or I'm going to go for the second meeting. And there's three things I look at. And they may be a little crazy, but the first thing is how they're dressed. Like if they are suited up, and they either they are or they want to be seen as super professional, right? The second thing is like their results. Like I requalify them at the meeting. Certainly, I looked up their numbers, but at the meeting, I'm going to requalify them. So I'd be like, "Hey, Frank, 2025 was kind of a start and stop year for me. It was like I felt like it would sputter. I would get going and then it would slow down again. I would get going and then it would slow down again. What was it like for you?" And they'll tell me, and I'll say, "What was your goal? How many families did you want to help in 25? Like, how many sites did you want to do? Like, did you have a goal? What was it?" And they'll tell me, and I say, "How close did you get?" So I want to requalify them because how they're dressed, their production, and the last thing is, like, were they in a rush? You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, were they in a rush during the meeting? Were they rushing everything? Because if they were, I'm gonna think that the second meeting is less likely, right? And so then it's going to be an indicator. But if two of those three things are positive, meaning they're stressed really well, they have high units, but they're rushed, I'm going to go for the second meeting. If two of them are like good results, I go for the second meeting. If two of them are like not the results I'm looking for, I just do it in one meeting. I don't know how, like, it's kind of crazy. My wife actually helped me with that tactic. She's like, "How do you tell?" I'm like, "I don't really know." And we talked about it one night when we were like eating dinner, and I started paying attention to those things. Um, so I will literally I bring a blank piece of paper with me, and I scratch out the written proposal right in front of them, and then I sign it, and I put the pen on the paper, I turn it around, and I push it in front of them, and I say, "If I do all these things, can I be your primary lender?" And they say, "Yeah." I sign this as my commitment. If you feel comfortable, you can sign it too. That means we're going to work together. Of course, you can cancel, whatever. And it's like a test. If they sign it, if they don't, then you got to ask them the most uncomfortable question that I ask in front of realtors or builders, and it's hey, why wouldn't we work together? And then like do the toughest thing ever, which is don't say nothing after that for a long time. Like if you feel like they didn't sign it or you feel like you're getting a false yes, like Frank, like you go to a realtor meeting and you feel like you left the meeting and you guys were long lost best friends and you were laughing and leaning forward and back and then you never heard from them again.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? So like that person wasn't going to use you and knew it, and you didn't ask this question. Like, why wouldn't we work together? And if they tell you an answer, it's most likely not. It's most likely defense. We as humans, we kind of have defense. Our defense is up. So I always will circle back and say there's kind of one of three reasons that people may not work together. The first one is like a quality match. This lady's all suited up for business that day, and I show up in flip flops and no shower and my hat on backwards. Probably not a quality match. They're probably not seeing a quality match the way I do business and the way they do business. The second reason is a loyalty issue. Maybe this realtor's husband's a loan officer. Probably not going to get her business. Got a loyalty issue. The third one is bang for the buck, which means someone's paying them for their business and it hasn't come up yet. But those are the three main reasons why people won't work together. And the last one, there's a fourth one, and it's lack of control. So they feel like they wouldn't be in as much control of the transaction using you as they do maybe with somebody else. But don't do your best when you ask that question, because it's a deep question and you have to let them sit there and ponder it. So you've got to be willing to be quiet But if you do that and you talk through it and bring up these four possibilities, then you'll know what to do. Like
Hey,
you'll know
Jim,
what
I,
to
I
do.
got a question for you.
I'm ready. Sorry, you guys. I got a reminder.
So
I'm
when
ready.
you, so when you, if I meet with, and I'm gonna use a big number, okay?
Big.
Just and we can scale this number to whatever's appropriate. If I meet with, or when I meet with 100 agents one on one, or 10, or insert a number, but let's say 100, just so we
Yeah.
can work the math. How many of those hundreds with when I'm doing the follow up? How many of those 100 will end up doing business with you? What's your own personal numbers?
Out of 100,
Yeah, or out of 10, or whatever number you want to use.
out of 100, I'd get 10. Maybe I'd probably get 15.
Hi, thanks for enjoying Loan Officer Breakfast Club here on YouTube. I just wanted to drop in and remind you that if you're a newer loan officer and you're trying to get to that 2 or 3 deals a month, or if you're seasoned and you're trying to get from 50 to 60 or 60 to 80, Mortgage Marketing Animals has you covered. We've got the full gambit from start to finish, top to bottom. Everything you need is at mortgagemarketinganimals.com. There's a reason that mortgagemarketinganimals.com is the #1 mortgage coaching platform in the country. So check it out, mortgagemarketinganimals.com.
So about 15%, give or take.
It's like I've been doing it a long time. In the beginning, expect like 10.
Okay, so like if I meet when I meet with one, 10 is going to start referring to me,
If I
and if
meet
I
with 10, excuse me, one's going to start referring me.
yeah, I get it, I get it. So
Three are
about
gonna
10%.
three are gonna say yes, but only one's gonna start being my
So meet
client.
with 10, three say yes, one actually does it.
Yeah,
So what was your numbers when you first started?
the same, exactly the same.
Yeah, and I think so. You've gave us some great pointers here, but I want to point out the most important thing that I've gotten from Jimmy is the most important thing about the meeting is to do it.
Is the meeting?
How you do it, you can be brand new and totally screw it up, and it'll still be about 10%, about 1 out of 10. And if
Yeah.
I make and do the math yourself for each qualified agent, Jimmy and I found our averages over the last 25 years working separately, and when we combined our numbers together, it was freakish on how similar they were. But for
Almost exactly the same.
almost exact same number, and this is over, like in my case and yours, Jimmy's, like literally tens of thousands of loans,
Yeah,
right? That we've
25
got
years.
that
Yeah,
separately we've each gotten paid on tens of thousands for sure. So out of tens of thousands of loans that we found that for every qualified agent, I get about zero point 0.7 closings per month,
yep.
almost the exact number that we both
I
got.
said three quarters. I was crazy when you said that the other day. I'm like, I couldn't
Yeah.
believe you said the same number.
So for every time we add an agent, I'm gonna do the math here on the fly. I think this is a big deal. So for every agent that I meet, I'm gonna get zero point 0.7 loans per closing, zero point 0.7 loans closed per month. That means in 12 months times zero point 0.7 is 8.4 loans, and let's say $3,000 per closed loan. Maybe it's two, maybe it's 1,500, maybe it's 10,000, but let's just say three. So times 3,000.
30
That means
grand.
that each qualified agent that I meet with, that when I meet with 10 and I get one, I just gave myself a $25,000 raise.
Yeah, if you're willing to meet with 10 agents and not worry about whether you get them or not, you just gave yourself a $25,000 a year raise.
Do
Because
that four
one of them,
times a year. Do that 4 times a year. You just made an extra $100,000.
right?
No
So
matter
check
if
this out.
you're good or bad or ugly,
Yes.
those numbers are about the same. So the most important thing is number one, make sure they're qualified. Number two, do it.
Yep. And and
Yeah.
and the reason I teach this two-step thing is there's nothing cheesy about it. Like if I look at most real people that are in our business, the one thing that stops them is if they feel cheesy. I don't
You know
like
why? You know why they feel cheesy?
they don't
Because
believe it.
somebody's marketing them something, telling them they need to buy something, and in their marketing they say you're being cheesy if you don't buy my product.
Yeah.
Really.
And it's a product you don't, unless they're selling phones, it's a product you likely, or unless they're selling phones, or unless they're selling, here's how you get qualified agents. It's extremely likely it's not something that you need. I'm not saying it's nice not to have some of these other things, but they're totally unnecessary for the success of your business.
So
qualified meetings.
imagine this. You adopt this two-step close, right, Carl? You join, you get a call with Kristen, you get the forms, whatever, and instead of getting one, you get 1.5 per 10. And you did that for 20 years because you just got a little more polished in your game, right? Because the most important thing is just doing it. That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And imagine if you got a little better and you followed this plan, and over 10 years, you did it, you would pick up 6 new agents a year for the same effort instead of 4.
Same amount of time.
Same amount of time.
And you know what they say, Jimmy. Every 150 grand helps.
Every little 150 grand helps. All by just not going in to a meeting with a preconceived notion of what you're going to be talking about. That's what I never do. That's what I'm trying to teach you with this two-step idea. Like, I go into the meeting. I can go into a builder meeting right now with the biggest builder in Northern California. I'm ready because I just do what I taught you guys. And that process we went over last time, the honor and the triangle and all that stuff. Anyways, it's fun stuff. Oh my gosh, I've been rambling, Frank. I had 2 cups of coffee.
That was great. It was great, man. That was
and it's only 6 o'clock in the morning.
Dude, I got more done before 6:30 than most people do all day.
You and me both, brother.
I know
it's the way it is. Yeah, well, good stuff. Well, man, Jimmy, thank you, man. Thanks so much. Appreciate you letting us in on that. What a cool thing to think about and do, man. I love it. There were a couple of really quick questions. I know, Brad, you got your hand up too, but
I love those two-step close.
There was one that I saw where somebody did ask, like, how fast do you move to the second meeting? Like, if you decide you're going to do the second meeting, how fast do you, you're trying to get there pretty quick, obviously, huh? Like
before the end of the week.
Yeah.
If it's like a builder, or if it's like a owner of a division of real estate offices, it's 1 week at the same time on the same day next week. If they're like super professional, like corporate kind of structure, it's the same exact time on the same exact day next week. Anybody else, it's definitely before the end of this week. So if you do them on Thursday, you got to do it tomorrow. You don't want them going through the weekend. It's like, I don't know what happens. It's like a spaceship comes down and they forget everything that happened. And I'm not dogging them. I do it too. But if you want to still have the feelings, you got to do the second one really quickly.
Another quick question. Is this, does it really matter Zoom or face-to-face, or are you pretty much a face-to-face guy?
My standard answer is it's more effective face-to-face. It's more efficient by Zoom. You can do more by Zoom. And for me, it's really about where they are. Like Carl's rule that he gave me, which I'm starting to love, is they can get to your office in 20 minutes, then it should be face-to-face. And if not, then you got to just make the call. Like, I would rather have you go to their office, right? And meet. If it's a super business person, I want you to go to their office.
Yeah.
If it's not, I want you to try to get them to your office if you have one, because it's I found it's a great filter. Like if they don't come, but if they
meet at the office.
Hey, Jimmy, when we finish today, stay on for 3 minutes, and I'll tell you a quick little story about how I had literally a line of realtors waiting outside the door to come to my office one day. So when we finish, just stay on, and
when they come to your office, I have a whole different thing I'll teach you someday if you want. But if they come to your office, I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them if they come to my office. We're gonna be working together.
Brad, what do you got?
Okay, this is for both Jim and Carl. I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but so I've got a number of agents that are, in my post-coffee list, and I call them every week, and I keep them in my, email campaigns and stuff. But I haven't had a second meeting with them, and some of them have been on there for, a year even.
Mm-hmm.
Should I? Do you think I should go ahead and
got the idea. Meeting? Yeah, pretend like you never met them before.
Yeah,
and do what I just taught you.
Yep.
Like
almost start over again from scratch.
Get a piece of paper out, give them honor, do all the things I talked about last time, all the same questions, take all the same notes, set a second meeting for the written proposal. Like do it.
Yeah. Hey, Frank, we had a great meeting there, but you know what? Maybe it's time for us to get together again. Something like that. Yeah. And then
I wouldn't even give reference
call
to
and say, I need 15 minutes. Can I get 15 minutes with you? I want to share something.
Yeah.
Like when you get to the meeting, they don't you just do your thing. They don't go, well, what were you going to share? They don't like
Yeah,
what I was going to
yeah,
share is I want to know more about your business and help you. That's what I want to share.
yeah.
But I don't say that
How your business has been recently and all that stuff. Yeah.
all the same format, man. Same
Yeah.
exact.
Thanks.
Good to see you,
Repeat,
Brad.
repeat, repeat. It's like doing laundry. Like I hate to do laundry, but I hate worse to dress in stinky clothes, right? Just like calling realtors and meeting them in person. It's like doing laundry. You got to always do it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome, man. Well, hey, Carl, you're back. Did you do your train trip, man? Is that where you were?
No, I didn't.
Sorry.
It was canceled because of snow.
Oh, wow. Too
It
bad.
was
This is
canceled.
not at you. This is with you. This is
Yeah.
with you.
Okay.
But you
Yeah.
know what though? You know what
So
though? I had a marvelous, what would have been, I had a marvelous Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I had a marvelous 9 days off and it was amazing.
good for you, man.
Yeah. And I did absolutely nothing.
Wonderful.
I
That's a
didn't
good
check my
time.
email. I replied, like if you texted me or Kristen or Jimmy, of course, I would,
Yeah.
text back, or any of our alliance members, would text me, of course I, would text back. But
Yeah.
I did, I literally zero email and it was just amazing. It was really cool.
Neat.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Good for
I
you,
highly
bud.
recommend it. Like unplugging, and not just kind of unplugging, but like really unplugging
Yeah.
is a must at least once a year. Just complete I
Yep.
called it radio silence. It was
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, awesome, man. Well, good. Glad you had a great time. And doing nothing is one of the best things you can ever do. All right. Well, listen, I'm not going to sign off with the music or anything like that because Carl, you guys are hanging around. Are we?
I'm just going to tell Jimmy a real quick story. So yeah,
Okay.
you're
So
welcome to hang
story
around if you want
time.
to, but yeah, but
It
we
is
can
now
turn.
officially story time over
Yeah,
here
yeah,
at.
we're done for the day. So we'll see you
All
tomorrow.
right. Good stuff. Hey, you guys have a great day. For those of you that are leaving, man, kill it today. You guys come back tomorrow. Be good stuff. See ya.